Thank you, everyone, for subscribing to Infinitely Productions. If you have not done so, please click the bell and subscribe, and we hope you enjoy our content.
This is your biggest fan sitting right here. Believe me when I tell you.
My biggest fans I got names like O'Brien, Kelly, Klepfine, I don't need fans. I need people who ration out. I got a 14-year-old girl wrote me yesterday. She's in high school. She's doing a time paper. She said, this has nothing to do with the mafia and I that, Mr. Guy. I wouldn't insult you. This 15-year-old girl. She says, we have to do a thing, a copy on famous people. To me, you're one of the most famous people in the world. To me and my family. We're very affluent people. We come from Ashley Park, Idaho. Ashley Park, Idaho is all Mormons over there. The cheapest house is $1 million, you know what I mean? Anyway, she says, and the teacher who gave me the paper, the assignment, the English teacher gave me the assignment, I told her I would write to you, and these were the questions I asked. You know, how was your child? How many brothers and sisters you have? Nothing like that. Just plain questions. And on the bottom, she says, I don't know if you know it, she says, but there are millions of people out here who really love and adore you and respect you. I guess you what America was meant to be. I mean, these are 50-year-old kids. None of my relatives write that to me. If they can't write and tell me that their troubles, they don't write, but I write. But I don't want no mail. That's bullshit. First of all, I'm not advocating. I'm proud when they do things like play the piano and all that. But I could see there's to get something, you have to give something. You know what I mean? So when you gain in one area, you lose in another area. You know what I mean? That's the end of it. That's why all these kids are imitating all these coons for. You know what I mean? That's why they imitate niggas for these kids. Shit at home, you put it on, you see the TV, you see your president's a piece of crap, so it goes from there, the flip is right down. I'll give you an example. Since your brother got indicted, I must have got, I don't know exaggerate, I'd say 500 letters concerned. I didn't get one from the family, saying good, bad, or indifferent about it. Not one from the family.
I mailed you one last week.
But I got from strangers. I got from a woman in Parsippany, New Jersey. She wrote a letter. She says, I follow you, you closely. She says everything about you, and John Jr. too, Big Papa. She says, and the reason why these people put John into this indictment is to get their name in the paper. This indictment couldn't get in the paper, couldn't get on the back page of the paper without Gotti on it, the name Gotti on it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, these are strangers notice that. It's strangers. Instead of talking like morons, instead of having happies around them and Marcos and Juniors and Vinnies and the rest of these Medestico, you know what I mean? Well, anyway, you got relatives. Most of your relatives are jealous. They jealous of each other. They don't even want to see each other do good. You know when they like each other? Huh? You know when Mary likes Jane? When she hears that Jane has got cancer. Ah, poor my cousin Jane has got cancer. She's got 2 weeks to live. The nicest girl. What does she have about? Nobody she have about? Nobody, you know what I mean? While she was alive, her hair was a little long. She had hair like a tramp. That's your family, you know. I took garbage Gotti blood contaminated with the Giorgio blood. I I really took good care of it, you know what I mean? There's a good chance that you might go to school and become a lawyer, John. I hope so.
No, Daddy, he is going to become a lawyer.
No, I'm not.
Really?
No, I'm not. I'm going to be a basketball player.
You ain't gonna be a
Don't get smart out there, because I'm in no mood for it, okay?
Baseball player.
You ain't gonna be a baseball player or a basketball player.
Of course I am.
Let me tell you something.
He's being smart today. There's something in him today.
Let me tell you something about
You
that.
told me what I wanted to do.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
I never
something.
said I wanted to do it.
Let me tell you something about basketball players and baseball players. To be good basketball player or baseball player, first of all, you got to be a good liar, a good low life, and an imbecile.
Take a lot of drugs.
You got to take steroids. You must take steroids. And anybody that takes steroids is a garbage pail. You know?
Why then? I'll be a cook.
I don't care if you don't be nothing. You think you're being selfish with me or spiteful with me? You get an ass kicking from me. I ain't your father or my children. For me,
He's being smart out.
No,
right
for me, you get
When
an
he gets
ass
out of here,
kicking.
believe me, he'll
You
get
get
it
an
from
ass
me.
kicking. You'll never want it. You'll never forget the ass kicking you get from me. You understand? I got too many friends right now. I don't need you for a friend. I got a million friends right now. I got a million people who, if they could come here to see me now, they would cry just to be able to be here to see me. So you ain't doing me no favor coming to see me or talking sass to me. You save that for your father. You save that sass for me. I'll put my foot up your ass. You hear me? Don't you look at me. I'm serious than cancer, boy. The truth of the matter is with you guys, you're spoiled goddamn rotten. There's people that don't even have a goddamn good mail wouldn't give the answers you gave just me. You can look as sad as you want to look. Now get that phone to your uncle and get the hell out of here. You do the left-handed shit with me. That shit comes from your fucking mother, not from me. Anyway, nothing like that in my life. Don't be a cook. You gotta come something before you can become a cook.
I need to bring his plus shoes.
Yeah, he's doing this
I
to
don't
me.
care what he's doing.
He's doing this to me. This is
I
what he
don't
does.
care what he's. He used to make the eggplant rollatine. Well, this kid didn't know what it was. He was explaining to me. He says, Tina used to make the fry the eggplant up, put a slice of mozzarella in between it with the herbs and stuff, fold it over, put a toothpick in it, and then cover it with sauce and put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. I told him, eggplant rollatine. He said, I might been it. I don't know. He said, I know. He says, Jerry and Joe Pine used to eat it. He used to eat 6 or 7 at a time. For Joe Pine, he used to sit down, I could eat 30. He was eating. My fucking. Now, when they told your son, your father or your uncles or your grandfather's a gangster, I mean, what a man he is. Your mother dreams of going to bed with him every night. You punk, you weasel. I wouldn't go back and tell him. They used to call me names in school. I went back and told your mother. We dusted them off. Broke their heads.
He wasn't even the one that told me.
Let me finish. Now you go and you see the mother or the teacher. Am I correct?
I called the mother.
You called the mother. The mother started off polite, you said, and then she got indignant and nasty. You should have went there and told the mother, listen, do you want me to tell my father? You want him to handle it his way? She would have shit herself. Do you want to wake up in the morning and don't see your son no more? Is that what you desire? Do you want us to cut his tongue out of his mouth? You don't have to tell him. You make your husband somebody tell him.
He knew about it. Didn't do anything.
The woman would have been like this, and the kid would have been like that. You see, instead you went and rat. You went and you said if they used the N word, don't compare the two. Being a nigger is embarrassment. Being John Gotti's grandson is an honor.
I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, I know, but I know how.
She said to me, oh, come on, you're making much too much of this. And I said, am I?
No, you should have said, listen, I'm doing this for your benefit, not for mine. My kids say, I don't have to. To me, it's a joke. I'm so honored. But, if it ever gets back to their grandfather, he's nuts, their grandfather. Okay, thank you, Miss Gotti. I'm going to get my kid and tell him, hey, this guy, he'll take your father and you'll put you together in the barrel. You go over there, he's like suckers. You hang around with the Jews long enough, you become like the Jews. Listen, Vicky, there's a reason for what I say. But all your husband's got to do on his mind is money, 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 and he ain't going to have no money and he's going to be in jail. That's what he's going to be doing, you know what I mean? Your husband, there's no question of my love for him. He needs a strong handle. He needs me out there. You don't need your brother out there. You don't know, he needs me out there. He needs me on him like white on rice, how they say. I don't think they say white on rice. That's what he needs. He needs me out there. Same way your brothers need me out there. I don't mean me per se. A person like me. Without that, you know, when they say...
You know, Dad, but the whole thing is that going way back to that whole incident with Frankie in kindergarten. I mean, the kids are in a very prestigious prep school. Now, you have one or two options. You pull them out, you start again. Why should I make my kids run from anything? Their father went up, created quite a scene, made threats to the teacher, obscene threats. I mean, showed them to be the animal they think he is. When Frankie had that whole thing in kindergarten, showed them, proved to them that he was the animal people said he was. Now, I don't want them to get this. There's no reason. We're not like that. We're not animals.
Yeah, but you're talking about kindergarten. You're not talking about 14-year-old boys.
No, I agree with you. But you're talking about a 10-year-old boy, too.
You know
what do I... My attitude, my honest... The first instinct, the first that came out, the words that came out of my mouth, I turned to John. I know he's well capable of it. And he'll sit here and tell you himself. I said, why don't you turn around and crack him? Just like that. And I was ashamed that I even said it. He said to me, Ma, you know, he said, I was going to do that. He said, but I didn't know how you were going to handle it.
Yeah, but either you got to be proud of who you are and fight for it, or you got to be ashamed of it and do like some other lowlifes did, change their names. In your case, in this case, his name is Agnello. I mean, if you ask this guy next door, what do you think about the Agnellos? You think, who are the Agnellos? So, I mean, you got to look for trouble to find out his last name. You understand? You should stay off television. You should stay off the book covers. You should use Victoria Agnello, and they won't know who the kids are, and they wouldn't be forced with this problem. Am I correct or am I incorrect?
I don't know what the hell happened.
This is your biggest fan sitting right here. Believe me when I tell you.
My biggest fans I got names like O'Brien, Kelly, Klepfien, I don't need fans. I need people who ration out. I got a 14-year-old girl wrote me yesterday. She's in high school. She's doing a time paper. She said, this has nothing to do with the mafia and like that, Mr. Guy. I won't insult you. This 15-year-old girl. She says, we have to do a thing, a copy on famous people. To me, you're one of the most famous people in the world. To me and my family. We're very affluent people. We come from Ashley Park, Idaho. Ashley Park, Idaho is all Mormons over there. The cheapest house is $1 million. You know what I mean? Anyway, she says, and the teacher who gave me the paper, the assignment, the paper, English teacher gave me the assignment. I told her I was going to write to you, and these were the questionnaires. You know, how was your child? How many brothers and sisters you have? Not like that. Just plain questions. And on the bottom, she says, you know, I don't know if you know it, she says, but there are millions of people out here who really love and adore you and respect you. I guess you what America was meant to be. It never. I mean, these are 50-year-old kids. None of my relatives write that to me. If they can't write and tell me their troubles, they don't write about it right. But I don't want no mail. I